Hello, welcome to Pilates Matwork. Today we're going to have a nice flowy class today. No props, but if you need a band or a strap or maybe a folded blanket or something like that to sit on, knee cushion, whatever, go ahead and bring those in. Otherwise, you don't really need anything today but your own body. So we'll go ahead and get started. So find a comfortable seated position. And I am kind of just moving the flesh out of the way of the sit bones here so I can get nice and rooted in my space. And then think about a taller spine. So growing taller from crown to tail, but we don't want to be so tall in here that we're rigid, we can't sit comfortably, we can't breathe comfortably. So be mindful of that. But think about maybe ears, shoulders, and hips in alignment. Good. I'm just going to take my hands actually to the side today, and we will open up the spine and open up the neck a little bit here. So from here, with that length, zip up from pubic bone behind the navel, belly button into the spine. Good. Keeping my chin even with the floor, I'm going to take that to the left, sternum and shoulders face forward, no rotation here, and come center. And to the right, and center. One more time, to the left and center, to the right and center. Good. Left ear, left shoulder. Just kind of walk out those fingertips a little bit on the upper side and come down. And then the right ear, right shoulder, walking out those fingertips on the other side. And come back, we'll add on this time. So if you lost your tall spine, if you went into that little slump, find a little bit more length, and left ear comes to the shoulder. Good. Now, this might be all you do, maybe walking those fingertips out. You might take your left hand and rest it right above that right ear. So it's just resting there. Gravity's doing the stretch for you. You're not pulling, you're not tugging, and you might play with a little bit of movement. Maybe move down a little bit, maybe move up a little bit, just finding your sweet spot. And coming back to center. Right ear, right shoulder. You can stay here walking out a little bit. You can take that hand up, doing what works best for you. And what you do on this side might not be what you did on the other side. Sometimes we sleep funny, and these can be really tricky on one side to the other if that applies to you. And sometimes we're just tighter on one side. Good. And coming back to center. Good. We'll take that chin to the chest. And back up to the ceiling. And back to center. Let's take some shoulder shrugs here. So this is elevation and depression. So we're elevating and depression, lifting it up, taking it down. Good. So this gets into the scapular mobility a little bit here. Good. Now just move through that nice big circles, really exaggerate that move. Feels so good. And then we'll take that in the other direction. Good. And then from here, big inhale, arms up overhead. We're going to side bend to the left. So we'll take it over to the left. Sits bones stay grounded. I'm breathing and I'm expanding into the side body here. Think about a rib cage expansion. And then you choose, you can stay here, you can come out. You might choose to open towards the ceiling a little bit, or you might choose a little bit of a C curve roll, forehead in the direction of the knee, but not touching. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, just move right into that other side, finding that nice side bend. And then you can choose your path, staying here, coming out. Maybe you want to open towards the ceiling, get that little stretchy there. And then maybe a C curve roll, forehead in the direction of the knee, but not touching. And then opening back up and coming back to center. Good. And from here, just get a little bit of rotation. You can do whatever you want to do with your arms. We're just rotating. Good. And when you're ready, we're going to make our way to all fours. So from here, again, bring in the knee cushion if you need it. If you've got a wedge, to lift your hand up a little bit here so the wrist is not in this deep extension here, you can certainly bring that in. Or you can also fold your mat up a little bit here. That will serve the same purpose. By spreading the fingers wide, rooting through the knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb, I'm going to take my knees about hip width apart. If you've got some low back issues today, take them a little bit wider. And I've got the tops of the feet down here. I'm pressing my mat away. Belly button is in. Inhale, shine the heart forward, tip the pelvis back. Nice cow pose. Exhale and round, mad cat pose. Really press away. Find that upper body stretch. Good. And then from here, we'll move through that again. Here's 4, 3, exhale on the round if you can, 2, and 1. Good. So from here, coming back to tabletop position, belly buttons in, we're going to go to a stretchy. We're going to continue with an ab core, which is front back body warm-up series here. We'll take the right foot back, ground down big toe and pinky toe mound. Roll, I shouldn't say roll, but maybe drop that right hip slightly so the pelvis is more even. Shoulders are in their pockets, a little bit of a micro bend in the elbows. Now my belly button is in here, so I'm just getting the stretch to the back body and pressing back through that heel. Good. I'm going to shift forward slightly. You can keep the toe grounded, a small hover or a hip height lift. Hip, knee, and toe are facing the floor. Left arm's going to come forward. We're going to round through center 3 times. Inhale, exhale and round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Stay with those or take that into a twist. In, elbow and knee opposite directions, and lengthen. And here's 2, and 1. And lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Maybe we take that to a diagonal. You can drop that toe to the floor or stay lifted. Press that mat away, supporting shoulder. Build that strength. Be strong. Breathe. Stay with that breath. We'll come back center. Take that down. Some people need to come back a little bit here, decompressing the wrists. So I call this cupcake fingertips. You can do this anytime that we're doing planks or what have you. Just remember that when we start to weight bear on the hands, you want to be on the hands, not the fingertips, okay? It will be very, very uncomfortable if you try to weight bear on the fingertips. So from here, taking that to the other side, left foot's going to come back, ground down through big toe and pinky toe mound. Good. Dropping that left hip, pressing back through that heel, strong, even upper body, little micro bend in the elbows. And we're breathing. And I'm drawing up from the pubic bone to behind the navel here. And then when you're ready, good, maybe shifting forward, top of the toe can come down, a small hover, a hip height lift. Right arm's going to come forward this time. Press that mat away from you. And when you're ready, here's our little rounds. Inhale, exhale through center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Stay with that or go to the twisty. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Take it long, maybe find your diagonal. Toe can touch the floor or staying up. Good. Make your abs and your back body work here to support you. Inhale, exhale, coming back. We'll take that down. Good. Find a little child's pose. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to come forward and I'm just going to make my way onto my back here. So we're going supine, which means on the back. Good. And then from here, we're just going to come into some pelvic clock. So I am assuming that everybody knows safe neutral, but I'm just going to kind of wiggle in here a little bit. So I'm in my safe neutral to begin. So my tailbone is heavy and anchored. My low rib cage is heavy and anchored. I've got that small space in the small part of my spine. And you don't need to, but I'm going to take my arms out to the side just so that you can better see this pelvic clock work, hopefully. So from here, think about your belly button as being 12 o'clock. So you've got this kind of circle here that's like a clock. So your belly button is 12. Your pubic bone is 6. Your left side is going to be 3 o'clock, and your right side is going to be your 9 o'clock. Okay, so my belly button is in nice and tight. I'm zipping up from pubic bone to behind the navel. I'm engaging that pelvic floor, and I'm just going to rock it back to 12, maybe closing that space. Inhale to 6. Anterior tilt. Exhale 12. Posterior tilt. Good. And going back and forth here. Now you're engaged the whole time. You're going to feel it a little bit deeper when you come into the 12 o'clock position. Good. Now we're going to take that into a circle. So be mindful. This is a very, very small, subtle movement. You might feel like you don't move much at all, but if you're doing this number here, you have no control. This is nice, tight, and connected. So I'm going to take it back to my 12, to my 3, to my 6, to my 9. Good. And I'm going to take that into that circle. 12, 3, 6, 9, 12, 3, 6, 9. If you're properly engaged, you should feel this right between the navel and the pubic bone. This is deep abdominal work. Good. The next time you come to 12, pause. We're going to take that in reverse. Now we're going to go to 3, 6, 9, 12, 3, 6, 9, 12, 3, 6, 9, and 12. Rock, rock back and forth. And relax a little bit here. We're going to go right into bridges here, arms to your side. Make sure that your feet are not too far away or too close together. Hips, knees, and toes are going to track. Rolling the shoulders back a little bit. Find your base of support. Inhale, exhale, rock that pelvis back. Peel it up into your bridge. And then starting from the mid-back, we're going to lower that back down. We're going to go again and rocking it back, peeling that up into the bridge. Staying here, maybe we really get into the pelvis, the hips, the glutes. Good. And I'm going to lift my right leg and take it down. And my left leg and take it down. Trying to keep the hips as even as possible. Right, left, right, left, right, left. Take that down. Roll it down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good. We're going to do 2 chest lifts, and then the third time we lift, we're going to go right into our 100. So arms are going to come up here, one knee at a time into tabletop position. Big inhale. Exhale. C curve it up. You're nodding your chin. Your gaze is at your thighs. Arms are long and low. Lift. Lower down. Inhale. Exhale. C curve it up. Reach long and low. And we'll lift and take it down. Inhale, exhale, take it up. You can stay in tabletop position, legs to the ceiling or diagonal. The lower the diagonal, the harder it is, but not at the expense of your neutral spine. So whenever you're ready, my gaze is still at my mid-thigh. I'm pumping long and strong. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale with a smile. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift higher. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, reach deeper. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, hold. Lift higher, reach a little deeper. And take that down. Woo! Carefully rock, rock side to side. Gently take head and neck from side to side. Whew. Okay. From here, we're going to practice some roll-up variations and roll-downs. So I'm going to roll over to my side here and come up. So we'll practice this from here. So different things for different people with the roll-downs based on where you are in your practice. So remember, knees can be bent. You can hold on or come here, and you're just going to go to your limit. Your limit is where you feel like your legs are going to come up off the floor, and then you're going to practice that. Same thing with long legs. You're going to go to your limit here and then come up. And then some of us are going to practice going all the way down. And so this is a deep C-curve scoop, okay? So think about the articulation here, one vertebrae at a time as you go down, and you're looking for control. So as we practice different things to be mindful of, if you've got inflexibilities and spine weaknesses in the abs, you're going to go down a little bit faster in those parts. Good. Now, some of us can roll down, and that's all we want to do. Maybe you roll over to the side, come back up to a seat and practice again. Others are going to go into the roll up. Knees can be bent or legs long. Arms up. Inhale, exhale, nodding to the chin. Reaching. Oh, I'm reaching. Ideally, your legs don't come up off the floor and you don't roll over to your stronger side and compensate because you come up through center. But that's where I am right now into my practice. And I'm just going to roll all the way forward. And then from this forward fold, we're going to take it back. Good. So 4 times total if you're doing the full. Inhale. Oh. Well, considering the fact that I did have a hysterectomy 11 weeks ago and that I couldn't do this at all until fairly recently, I'm going to take that as a win today. Good. Anytime I can do a roll up without rolling all the way over to my side is a good day, even if it doesn't look real pretty. We all have to start somewhere. Good. So once you've completed your last one, I know I've only done 3. Some of you are going to keep working through that. If you're kind of done with the roll downs and roll ups part, I encourage you to keep working. Do a half here because then you're still working your core and you're still moving. Those of us that can do the roll up and the roll down are going to practice the roll over. So make sure that you do not have any neck issues if you're going to do the roll over. But you start coming into your roll down. Good. Coming up and over, maybe helping yourself a little bit. Good. Once you get back here, legs will open about shoulder width apart. Toes are in flexion, and you're going to roll down 1 vertebrae at a time with control. Good. And then maybe as your legs go down, you can let your upper body come up. Woo! It's a little bit of a teaser prep there too. And then when you're ready, just go right into your next one. Good. Opening shoulder width apart, rolling down 1 vertebrae at a time. Good. Oh, I'm still working on it. I'm fighting for it. And I'm coming up. Whew. And then when you're ready, we're going to come back down onto our backs. So just take that through a roll down. Good. And then once you get there, whew, put a little bend in the knees. I'm going to start on the left side. We're going to go through some stretch and circles now. So take your left leg up and we'll take the hands behind the thigh and just let them rise as high as you can. And while I'm here, I'm just going to point and flex through my foot, and I'm tugging in a little bit. I am purposefully keeping my upper body grounded here. I'm thinking about lengthening from crown to tail a little bit. I have not let my belly connection go. And maybe roll that ankle in one direction. And then in the other. Good. So from here, good. Just kind of take your hands somewhere on the outside of this leg. If you can grab the foot or the toe, that's fine too. Both hips, both shoulders stay grounded. Just take that leg a little bit out to the side. Feel that bit of an inner thigh stretch here. And coming back. Good. We'll release that leg. My arms are going to come to the side. I'm going to keep a bend in my right knee. Those of you that are more advanced and secure in your back, you can take that right leg long. So practice where you need to practice. We're going to start 4 circles, tiny circles. So belly button is in. You should feel this just like you felt the pelvic clock, nice and deep. Now, once you've done your small circles, if this is where you need to stay here. It doesn't get any easier with larger circles. That requires more core activation for control because our hips do not leave the floor. Good. Now, staying with the larger circle, we're just going to reverse directions. And stay with the breath. And then take that right into the tinier circles, smaller circles. And you can point the foot, but not so much that you get a foot cramp. Just speaking from experience. And then when you're ready, good. Just bring that knee into the chest. Extend your right leg long if you had it bent. And we're going to take a twisty to the right. And then when you're ready, we'll bring that back in. We're going to do that all on the other side. So left knee can stay bent or extended long. Take that right leg up. Take your hands behind that right leg. Let it travel up as high as you can go. Pulling in, point and flex through the feet. Maybe do some circles here. And then in the other direction. And when you're ready, good. Take your hands somewhere on the outside of this leg, the outside of the foot or the toe. Both hips, both shoulders stay grounded. Let that leg come out to the side. Get another little stretchy here. And we'll bring that back in and release. So here's our small circles and our big circles. So really engage the abs, rolling shoulders back, find your base of support. Good. Start with your tiny circles. And then when you're ready, you can take that into larger circles. Remember, hips are both grounded. This is deep core work. Yes, we're moving through the hip, but this is also core work. Core control work, to be exact. Good. So whenever you're ready from here, let's just reverse that circle. Good, and then start in the smaller circles. Good, and then from here, when you're ready, we'll bend that knee in, lengthen the other leg, find your twist to the left. And then we'll come back in. Good, we're gonna go into rolling like a ball. If you cannot roll like your ball, we will be coming back onto our backs for a moment, so stay where you are. Those of you that want to bend the knees, you can hold behind the thighs or the tops of the shin. Just make sure you're not using momentum. You cannot swing your legs, zipping up from pubic bone behind the navel. Find that C curve, and then from here we roll. And we've got 8, 7, try not to roll back on the neck, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Carefully come down from there. Good. If you need a little bit of a break or something, find a little movement. We're going to go right into series of 5, and we're going to do different sets with different ones. So first one is single leg, and we'll do this one 10 times here. So knees into tabletop position. Inhale, exhale, come up. I'm going to take my right hand to the top of the right knee, or left knee rather. Good. Yes, that's right. Had a little brain space there. Good. Left hand on the outside of that left leg. Right leg's going to come on. And here's 1. And 2. Hips stay grounded. 3, 4, 5, 6. Try to hit the same point with the toes. 8, 9, and 10. Good. I'm going to stay up here. Double leg stretch 3 times. And we reach and take it in. 1, 2, 3. Good. I'm going to lower down a little bit here. Good. Taking both legs up. Single straight leg stretch. We're going to take this for 8 times. So coming up, starting on the left side, right leg goes long, and we pull and pull. And 2, 3, 4, no rotation, hips grounded. 5, 6, 7, 8. This feels good. Let's take it to 10, 9, and 10. Woo. Take those knees down, lower down. Double straight leg stretch. Legs come back up to the ceiling. Upper body can be in C curve or not. Legs are going to lower and lift together. Let's do this one for 3 times as well. Inhale, exhale, taking it up. 1, going to your limit. Exhale on the up. 2, 3, and bring that back in. Stay lifted if you can. Crisscross, hands behind the head. Lead with the shoulder. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Hips still stay grounded. 5. Rotate the spine. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Woo. Take that back in. Wiggle, 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 side to side. Good. From here, when you're ready, you have choices on how you want to transition. You can roll over to your side. You can take everything long. Try a roll up. You can roll like a ball. Woo. Oh, I think I can't. Oh, that's so not pretty. And I'm not going to be able to do it. I compensate with shoulder, but that's okay. We don't know until we try. And I'm just going to take a forward fold here. Good. Now, from here, some of us are going to come into open leg rocker. Others, if you need especially a flat spine, maybe boat pose is where you choose to practice. Others are just going to kind of hold here with knees bent. And others, maybe you grab the outside of the legs. Maybe you grab the toe or the foot. I have short arms. This is traditionally done holding at the feet, but I'm kind of short, so I have to find a different way to make it work for me. Woo. And I'm balancing here, and I'm rolling my shoulders back. And some of us that also don't want to rock, but you don't really want to do boat, maybe you practice here because your core is still working and you're working balance. Those of us that are going to take open leg rocker, we'll try this 4 times. Try not to rock back on the neck. Inhale, exhale, or maybe exhale on the up. There we go. Nice, better. Woo, overcompensated. We'll take it back. 3rd time's the charm. And 4. Woo, I'm fighting for it. I'm holding. I'm taking the soles of the feet together. I'm still holding it in place. And we'll take that down. Good. From here, take your legs long. We'll come into soft series. So I'm going to come into an anterior tilt of the pelvis. Good. My heels are as wide as my mat here. And I'm finding that tall spine again. I'm in a little bit of an anterior tilt. That means the tailbone's coming back, hip bones are coming forward. Good. We're going to take this forward. Remember, oh, we didn't do this before, did we? The protraction and retraction. We'll do that now. Protraction coming forward and retraction coming back. Protraction, I remember it, think about something protruding. Protraction moves forward. Retraction means you're taking something back. You're taking your shoulders back in their pockets. Protraction, retraction. Protraction, retraction. Protraction, retraction. Good. Palms face down. Think about you're peeling off 1 vertebrae at a time from the wall. Nodding the chin, belly button in, C scoop. So this is not a hip hinge. This is a C curve scoop. And you're going to go to your limit, and ears and biceps meet each other. From the tailbone, you're going to stack bone by bone back on top of each other, like you're going back up against that wall. I mentioned the wall because that's a great place to practice for beginners when you're first learning this one. Inhale, exhale, round. Inhale, exhale, and we'll stack. Good. From here, when you're ready, just be at ease. Let's take the arms to the side, going into some side bends here. As we go into the side bends, think about ears, shoulders, and hips being in alignment as much as you can, and both hips stay grounded on the floor. So try not to lift one. We're going to come over here and side bend. Just get that stretchy. Move through center and take it to the other side. And center. And to the side. And center. And other side. And center. The rotation, hands behind the head. Let's roll the shoulders back here. Good. So I'm just going to rotate to the right. When I do that, both hips are grounded again. And center. Good. Going from one side to the other. Exhaling on the twist. Always twisting from length. We're staying with the breath. Good. And we'll come back to center. We're going to put all of those together for the stall. Arms to the side. I'm going to rotate to my left. I'm going to round and reach. So I'm pinky toe off with my pinky finger and stacking that back up and rotating and rounding, and both hips stay grounded and come back up and rotate and round and reach and back up and rotate and round and reach and back up, and one more each side. Rotate, round and reach and come back up and rotate, round and reach. And come back up. Whew. Shake all of that out through a roll down. We're going to come onto our backs, and then we're going to come into some side series stuff. So sitting up again, find your roll down. Good. And then once you're here, so I'm going to roll over onto my left side first, because that's the side that will put me towards the camera. So I'm just bending my right knee here as I roll over to the side and do that. Different things for different people. If you've got aggravated shoulders or something like that, maybe you need to be down here. Some of you are fine to be up on the forearm. Just make sure that you're not hanging in the shoulder like this, and you can be lifted in the torso like this. So I am going to try this one today. So from here, legs are long. Find your nice stack. So if you were to flex your feet, you're in this nice stack here. So you want to be on the hip bone. You don't want to be back on the glute. From here, from the top leg, and it's okay to have a hand down. Good. Making sure I don't hang in my rib cage here. I'm going to lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. A little point. Good. Circle. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flex that foot, front kick. So this is that pelvic control again. So we're going to kick forward, point, take it to the back. Flex forward, point, take it to the back. Flex forward, point, take it to the back. One more time. Flex forward, point, take it to the back. Good. From here, I'm going to come down on this one. We're going to come into bananas. So I'm reaching, I'm lengthening both legs here. I'm zipping up. I'm taking my feet into a little hover off the floor. Good. And then I'm going to lift here. So we're going to go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. From here, roll over onto your belly. Good. I'm going to take my arms long in front of me, coming into swimming here. Good. My legs are long behind me. My legs are not together, but my belly button is in. And then from here, when I'm ready, I'm going to inhale, exhale. I'm going to lift upper and lower body. Good. And I'm going to keep this opposite here. Almost think about balancing on the hip bone. So you want to avoid the rocking from side to side. Now, as you get a little bit more proficient, you can pick up that pace here. But this is about that core control. And we're still breathing. Good. And then when you're ready, we'll take that down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good. You can roll over to the other side now. I'm going to press up and just switch sides. So my back side is not to you. Good. And because I did this way on the other side, I'm going to try it on the side. So you can come all the way down. You can be on the forearm, making sure that you're not hanging in the shoulder, which is this, and you can be lifted in the rib cage as much as possible. Good. So I'm finding my nice pelvic stack here. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, I'm going to lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to point that toe. Good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now we're going to go to the kick. So flex that foot, coming forward, point, take it back, flex, bring it forward, point, take it back. Stable pelvis here, flex, take it forward, point, take it back. One more, flex, bring it forward, point, and take it back. Good. I'm going to come down here, going onto bananas on the side. So lengthen nice and long. I'm in a little bit of a hover here with my feet. And then from here, belly button is still in. We're nice and engaged. And we've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll down onto your belly. We're in the prone position now. Good. So we're going to get a little stretchy, and then we're going to come back into some more extension work. So from here, it doesn't matter really what you do with your hands in the beginning. I'm going to start by bending my left knee. I'm going to reach around. I'm going to grab that foot or the ankle. Good. I'm letting everything kind of settle in here for a moment. So my belly button is in. And when you're ready, squeeze the left glute. Take that foot up towards the ceiling. Find that hip flexor stretch. So careful that we're not crunching in the spine. We also don't want the knee too far out to the side of the body. And we'll lower. Carefully release with control. I'm going to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle here. We'll take that to the other side. So now right knee is going to bend. I'm going to reach back. I'm going to grab that foot or the ankle or the shin. I'm letting everything kind of settle for a moment. And then my belly button is in. I'm going to engage the right glute, taking right foot straight up towards the ceiling, hip flexor stretch on the side. And lower. Carefully release. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. We're going to prepare for swan and swan dive here. So I'm going to take my hands. I'm going to start them under my shoulders just so that my placement is more accurate. I'm going to take my hands forward and to the side. My elbows are down. My belly button is in, rolling my shoulders back. Maybe you lift a little bit here. Maybe you lift more. So find where you can be in control, but you're not hanging in the low spine or hanging in your shoulders. Be strong, and we'll lower. Belly button is in, lift up, swan number 2, go to your level. And if your low back feels like it's crunching, it's because it is crunching and you're coming up too high. Good, and 3. Good. Also a nice little warm up for a push-up. And 4. Good. Now, I'm going to stay up here in this 4th one. I'm up high. If you cannot come up high, you'll keep working through these. You won't take this to the swan dive. You need to be high in order to swan dive. And this is why you need room to move. So I'm going to release and come up and release and come up and dive and dive and dive and dive. Whew. And carefully come down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I am going to roll back onto my back. And we're going to get rolling like a ball in here one more time. If rolling like a ball is not your jam, carefully roll over to your side, come to your seat. Otherwise, from here, let's try 6 times this time, and then we'll roll it up to a seat. So from here, find your ball. Good. And we've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to come up here. I'm balancing. I'm going to cross at the ankles, coming forward. I'm back in all fours. Okay, we're going to practice our planking now. So some of you will have knee down planks. Some of you will be up high following me. We're going to try this plank for 10 seconds or a 10 count. So spread the fingers nice and wide. Root through the knuckles of the pinky, the pointer, and the thumb. And then belly button is in. Good. Find your plank. Knees come back or your feet come back. Good. Nice long from shoulder to knee or shoulder to ankle, belly button in. And we've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that down for a moment and come back. We're going to take this into a side plank. So different things for different people. I'll start with beginners and go through the progressions. So some of you, this might be your side plank. Maybe this is your side plank. Maybe this is yours. Maybe you're in the stack. Watch your shoulder over behind the wrist. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you carefully come back down to prone plank? Find your plank. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knee down to adjust if you need to. Side plank on the other side. And we've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find that other plank. I know. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees. Child's pose. Decompress. Good. Could we do that one more time, but a little bit more fluid? Almost kind of like a little plank flow. So take your time between these. I know it can be tough, but from here when you're ready, find your big plank. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left side plank. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Center plank. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right side plank. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time, center plank. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Drop those knees. Child's pose. Maybe cupcake those fingertips. Good. Push-ups from here. Some of you, most of you will probably have knee down push-ups. You can also do this from high plank as well. Just be mindful with how low you go. You want to be kind to your shoulders. So if you're not real strong there, take your knees down. Only come halfway. I'm going to do knee down plank here to start. Good. So from here, and I'm going to turn my fingers inward a little bit here. So from the shoulder, elbow, hands, and kind of turn inward here just so that my elbows can more easily go out to the side. So from here, good. I'm finding my plank position first. Belly button is in. Try for 4 to 10. I'm going to count to 10. You stop where you need to stop. And when you're ready, here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And take that back, child's pose. Whew. Do we have it in us for one more set? I think we do. So from here, you can choose or Shoulders, elbows, and fingers are going to face forward, and you're going to get more of a tricep push-up. So elbows will come straight back if you're doing that one. Always options. Good. So find where you're going to do your push-ups. If you're going to do tricep push-ups, I recommend coming onto your knees unless you're just super, super strong. But from here, when you're ready, go to your limit. I'll count from 10. Here's 10, 9, stable through the shoulders, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take it back. Let's stretch out from all of that upper body work. So from here, when you're ready, let's take a wider child's pose. So I'm going to take my knees as wide as my mat. I'm going to take my arms long in front of me. Breathe. Good. Inhale, I'm going to lift a little bit here. I'm going to walk my hands over towards the right, and I'm going to walk that left fingertips forward. I'm going to lift my hips just a little bit, sinking those hips down towards the left side a little bit more, pressing through that right hand. Breathe and expand. Just finding a nice stretch there on the left side. And come up. We'll come back center. Reset the spine, half or full child's pose. And then we'll take that to the other side. So coming up a little bit here, walking over to the left, walking the right fingertips forward, lifting the hips, sinking them down towards the right side, pressing through the left hand. Breathe and expand. Good, and then when you're ready, we'll come back up. We'll come back through center, half or full child's pose. And coming back to a seat. Good. So maybe coming back to where you started. Taking the hands in front of you, clasping the hands, pressing away. And we'll get a nice little round and stretchy here. Good. Coming back up, reaching the arms up. Good. Bending the left elbow, right hand to the left elbow. Get a little tricep stretch here. Good. Both hands up. Good. Bending the right elbow, left hand to the right elbow, finding a tricep stretch here. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, good. I'll turn to the side so you can better see what I'm doing. Coming into a little bit of a front of the shoulder, chest stretch here. Different things for different people. Maybe this is where you come. Maybe you're here. Maybe you're here. Maybe you can roll back and lift. Good. And carefully release. Take some nice big shoulder rolls. Let's start forward. Good. Some shoulder rolls backwards. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, taking the hands down. Good. From here, left ear, left shoulder. And back center, right ear, right shoulder. And center, shoulders and chest stay forward, taking the chin to the left. And center and back to the right. And center. Thank you so, so much for practicing Pilates mat work with me today. I hope you enjoyed it and hope to see you again really soon. Have a good day. Bye-bye.